Hello, welcome to Album Deep Dive with Jason and Friends. And today I have none other than my sister from another mister, Nicole Brown.
Hi.
Here it goes. There he go. I didn't know I had a Nicole button. Oh, all right. So, welcome back, Nicole. And oh my God, I am so excited for this one. Today's episode is none other than Whole Celebrity Skin. I think one of the best albums out of the 90s.
Me too.
Without a doubt. Courtney Love is probably one of the best female rockers.
Yes, I do. I've always loved her. I used to get like pounded for liking her, but you know what? I don't know. There's just something about her, her charisma. Just I don't know. There's just something. There's something.
Well, I watched a lot of interviews with her, and I watched some Nirvana documentaries, some of Patty Schemel's whole documentary about her recovery, and a lot of these interviews, they had Courtney like talking about how nobody ever wanted to be her, like that's like she has got such a bad reputation, I guess, and I don't know. I feel if somebody watched the Billy Corgan Magnificent Others with Courtney Love interview, I think she redeems herself at the end. Really, she's back on top, if you ask me.
Yeah, she's clean. So,
Yeah,
I think mainly her reputation totally was because everybody blames her for Kurt Cobain.
yeah,
But as everybody knows with addiction, you can't blame another person. I mean, yeah, they're both in the same addiction, but you also make your own choices. So I kind of feel like she always took a bad rap for that.
yeah. I mean, the whole entire scene, all of them. Like you think, Kurt died, then Kristen died, who was the bass player on this album. She died of heroin a couple weeks later.
Mm.
Patty had heroin. The drummer. It's just Courtney. Everybody. Then you think of all the other bands they were hanging with. It was just that time and place.
Yeah, it was the scene. It
Yeah,
was the scene, but like some people took more hits than others.
yeah, yeah. I even had a relative in that period of time die from a heroin overdose. It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so album. Massive controversy on this album. Why not?
It's Courtney.
Yep. Uh, and then the drummer Patty Schemel, was replaced quickly in the beginning of the sessions. When you hear Patty's interviews, she'll say that it was definitely drug related in her sense that she was really probably not performing the best that she could. She did, very upset over the fact that the band let it happen, but I don't know. I mean, I've seen an interview with Courtney that said it just when she listened to Patty's drumming and then the hired person's, she said it just sucked.
Hmm.
You know, but also there's that huge thing in Los Angeles where people don't play on their albums a lot of times,
Yeah,
and
you have a studio band.
yeah, and that's what go with it, ghost players. And Courtney was even saying, like, it just happens. It's, LA, everybody does it all the time. But I could see where, it hurt Patty and, sent her down a really dark path because it's what you do,
Yeah.
you
And it
know?
was also she was there. You know what I mean? Like you're on the precipice of going further in your career or the band blowing up and then all of a sudden boom, you're gone. And
And, there was,
that's hurtful.
and there was 13 months of writing on this album. Like, so she wrote all the parts and
Mm.
all that work, and then, oh, you can't record it. And it's
Yeah.
yours.
And did you get residuals?
Yeah.
Did you get money from it? You don't know. So it's like you put all that work in, and it's not really your work. You gave it to somebody, and here you go. And that's sad in a way.
Well, the good thing about Patty's story, I know, which she wound up cleaning up and doing very well for her life. But couple years later, Courtney did a solo album, American Sweetheart, and
Mm.
used Patty. Not only did she use Patty as a drummer for that album, she used Patty's brother, who's a guitar player, and they co-wrote a lot of songs together. And if you talk to Courtney today, she still says Patty is her drummer. Like
Must say no there. It's like that's your family, when you get that band, that's your family. It's
yeah,
like the Chili Peppers. How many times they had like three guitar players,
yeah,
and they go right back to the last one.
yeah. I mean, they've had so many, but
Yeah.
they just did a documentary on Netflix about the original guitar player. I don't know if you saw it.
Yes, I did.
Very good.
I'm another huge the Chili's, like Anthony
Yeah.
Kiedis. Like I am the I liked them when they were the beginning stages, but I like Hillel, and
Yes.
then but I didn't Frusciante, but you know what? He so much embraced, and he even mentioned it in a documentary. He so much embraced Hillel's style and studied him and everything else. So it wasn't as much of as a dramatic break for me.
Yes.
Like he tried to keep the purity of Hillel still there along with his memory, which made it even better because it was just like, okay, so I'm not listening to they didn't change their style, they didn't change anything different. So it wasn't a big break for me.
Yeah. That was a good documentary.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
So the band also here, so Celebrity Skins shifted their sound massively, which everybody knows the rawness of Live Through This, which was so needed at the time. And they moved to a very overproduced, big label involved. And there was a lot of, hey, she started doing the movies. They started going, you need to do this, you need to do that. So there was a lot of, crazy things like that happening. And then, of course, one of the bigger changes in it was there was a hired songwriter because the songs weren't shaping out the way they wanted them to be, which was none other than Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins, which I was so happy about, and just because of their history together. Billy Corgan was her boyfriend before Kurt Cobain, and I knew that. I mean, this song "Violent" is supposedly written about Courtney. I mean, Courtney wrote that about Billy on "Live Through This," and so they just have like a really good history. So
Yeah.
I think Billy really. I know that it was. I also, heard them say the album is overproduced, but that's what they wanted.
Yeah, but you know what? Overproduced, I liked.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I liked it overproduced. I mean, it just I don't know. I loved it. I think it's my favorite. I know it's it's probably controversial, but it is one of my favorite albums ever.
Yeah, I would have to say the same. I mean, and it's so true. Like, just think about it. Nirvana's overproduced album was Nevermind.
Mhm.
Smashing Pumpkins' overproduced album was Siamese Dreams. All these '90s bands when they all had that one overproduced album at one point, and it's really their best work.
Yeah, but I also think too the overproduced albums make you go back
Mhm.
immediate because you're like, okay, what were they like before?
Yes.
And there's something about her scream or her growls or she has a melodic one.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like so you're not so bad. Like you're like, ooh, I don't want to listen to anybody scream, but her scream is just melodic.
Yes. I love her scream, and I'm so glad you brought that up because she is about to drop an album this year.
Oh.
But I belong to Billy's Substack, Billy Corgan's Substack, and he's heard a lot of it, and he did mention that she's kind of got past the screaming, and it really isn't there.
Ah,
I was kind of like, oh man, but you got to give her credit. She's 62,
yeah.
so how are you going to be screaming?
Yeah.
Even Celebrity Skin, if you like, when you really listen to it, a lot of the screaming is gone.
Yeah, she's very like melodic and just the songs had a lot more meaning to me for some reason.
Yeah, the lyrics are
Just
incredible.
yeah, like just I don't know, it's just it blew me away when I first heard it.
Yep. Well, Miss Melissa Othermeyer in her book, she talks about how when she did the recording, she was like she sang with Courtney on almost all the tracks as like a backing vocal, like
Mm,
along with like even when Courtney's singing lead, Melissa's voice is hidden under there, you know, buried under it too, to give it a softer, sweeter sound, which you can
mm,
tell, because it's so much different from Live Through This, where it was very raw,
yeah.
and that's common too. Dave Grohl, a lot of people don't even know Dave Grohl did that in a lot of Nirvana songs on Nevermind.
Yeah, nobody realizes like sometimes I laugh because like the hardcore Nirvana people, like when the generation now, it's like you do know that Dave Grohl was their drummer, and they're like, what? They're like, you might, if you're really a Nirvana fan, you might want to go back and check that out.
Yep, and a very good drummer. You know, in that time, you know, I mean, there's a whole thing too about Patty Schemel, the drummer hole, where she was almost a drummer, but then they got Dave, and Patty and Dave both are great drummers. So, Celebrity Skin, Conway Studios, recorded in Conway Studios, Los Angeles. The record plant in Los Angeles, Quad Studio, New York City, and Olympic Studios in London.
Mm.
She is recording her new album is recorded in London, where she lives now. Started April 1997 and finished February 1998. Almost a whole year of recording. Oh
Probably
my.
a lot of fighting.
Well, she said, they went over budget massively, and she said if they would have kept Patty, it would have cost her another $2 million to make.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, I guess.
Album length is 50 minutes and 23 seconds. Probably the longest album, because the other ones were kind of more short punk songs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got to get in, get out.
Yeah. Budget was over $1 million. Could you imagine? Oh my God. An album, $1 million.
It's worth the $1 million, to be honest.
But it's crazy. What a gamble, because they have to pay them back. That record company has to get that money back before they're getting any money.
I always wondered, did she have a sober coach that whole time too? Was that probably built in the budget?
I don't know. I mean, it could be. I know she was doing her movies, and so she was very, kind of stable, I guess, at the time. I believe her and Billy went back and forth throughout. Their relationship wasn't just one time. It was, they tried to.
Yeah, in and out. Yeah.
So I think, I don't know. Um, Sold almost a million and a half albums, which is really good. It went certified platinum. Peaked at number 9 on the Billboard charts, 11 in UK, and 4 in Australia.
Hmm.
I
Aussie.
I was surprised only 9 in the US. I would have expected that to be at least in the top 5.
Yeah, I totally thought that was higher.
Yeah. Themes are pressure, identity, Hollywood, California influence, clear, structured songwriting, which I know that comes from Billy Corgan. And, of course, unfortunately, Patty credited as drums but didn't play drums. Melissa Alfermeyer did play her bass and did do vocals, and Eric plays his guitars, and Courtney Love screaming and singing. Love it. Drums were recorded by Dean Castronova. And he's played on a lot of bands' albums. He's a hired drummer that supposedly can come in and bang it out in 2 weeks.
That's studio drummer.
Yeah. Billy Corgan brought in for songwriting when the band was struggling, helped build the songs, structured, focused on melodies and hooks, and co-wrote multiple tracks. He made it more radio friendly, tightened the sound, pushed the album towards mainstream. He didn't write any lyrics. Courtney's one thing is she'll work with any musician, but she's writing all the words.
Hey, you got to stick to your guns. I mean, what a life.
Yeah.
Like she has so much material to dive into, to like pain and happiness, and like that makes a great songwriter. I mean, you feel bad, like all the pain stuff, but tell her to close the door. But like doing all the just to write lyrics for so much pain that you went through.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me.
Yeah, she's got a very unique way of writing, and it was also because it's also said a lot that Kurt lived through this, and I've seen so many people deny that, and and I think Melissa even said like her lyrics were so. I mean, I don't know if you ever heard any. You've heard "Pretty in the Inside," right?
Yeah.
And then there's some. There were some EPs before that. She was a great songwriter before she even met Kurt. I mean, I liked a lot of the early Hole stuff. And Melissa was saying like, instead of saying, Kurt wrote everything, how about the fact that she might have helped Kurt with some lyrics?
Yeah. But again, woman, 90s, you're not going to give credit where credit is due.
Yep. And I question Pennyroyal T. I think because she's performed that a lot throughout the years, and I have a feeling that she had some, she really had some stake in that song.
We got to take Nirvana songs, and we'll take Hole songs, and then because Kurt's, I don't know if you've watched a lot of Kurt's like documentaries. Kurt's, his poetry and things are very dark.
Yes.
I feel that Courtney tried to bring the dark and then bring it to light. So most of her songs are dark and then they turn into light as it goes. Kurt was just dark.
Yeah.
Like he just had that darkness in him that he never changed. I just wonder if you put song for song, you put them together, you would probably tell the difference, because Courtney's never changed her songwriting, nor like she's always on that point of the dark to the light.
Yes.
Kurt never changed. Like Kurt was just point blank, this is the way it is.
Yep.
So
and it was noted too that with Live Through This, the song Asking For It, he wrote the lyrics. He did write the chorus. If you live through this with me, I swear I'll die for you. Which again is to your point. Talking about death. That's So
now we know why we're perfect for this podcast, because we see like these niche things.
Let's see. Celebrity Skins was nominated for Best Rock Album, Best Celebrity Skin, Best Rock Song, and Best Rock Performance. And Malibu was nominated for Best Rock Performance, but didn't win any awards. And of course, it had 3 great singles with 3 great videos: Celebrity Skin, Malibu, and Awful. Does say that the album was leaked before the official release.
Yes, I remember that. And I'm pretty sure, what was that? Napster.
Oh.
Napster had, I don't even know if it was shut down at that time or if it was still going on, but I had a friend that still was using Napster and was like, "You gotta hear this." And I'm like, "Okay." And I had heard it and I'm like, "Where'd this come from? Is this really like," because it threw me off. It
Mm-hmm.
was such a departure. And I'm like, huh. And I know she went psycho when she found out that it had leaked. Like
Mm.
she was very upset. But I remember hearing like a raw cut of it, and I'm just like, that's interesting. It's like very big departure.
Yes, yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was leaked.
Yeah, it was. I remember because she was on MTV and she did an interview and she was a little unhinged about it.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So
I'm the type of person, for some reason, every time an album is leaked, I can never find it and get it.
well, guess what my job will be? I'll be sending them to you.
I heard a lot of people's albums get leaked, and I've never had that opportunity.
Oh, I had a friend who was just like obsessed with Napster and everything else. And like once Metallica went after them and everything else, he was like just grabbing everything. So,
Yep. So a little more on the Patty, the Patty's thing. Drummer Patty was let go by the producer, not by the band. Band supported her 100%. But that producer, again, he liked to fire. He was known to work with bands, have the drummer come in and fire them right away, and have his Dean guy come in. And it's funny because they said when they first met with the producer, when they were talking about it, they said to him, "You do not fire our drummer," right from the get go. And he was like, "Oh no, I won't," and still did. And they made
should
him
have
do it too.
should have put that in the contract.
Yeah, the contract.
Again, here we go again with the taking advantage of the contract.
Yep. All right. So let's see, here we go. We're gonna go right past. So it was DGC Records, which is, I know that was a bad move on whole taking a DGC record
Mm,
contract, because that was the same one Nirvana was on, and I know that didn't,
mm.
you know.
Yeah, that didn't end very well.
Yeah, yeah. So let's see, and uh, let's see. We got it. All right. We can go right into the deep dive of the tracks.
Woo!
Best part. I like this part.
Me too.
I like it all though. All right. Celebrity Skin. Which,
Opening riff. Opening riff. Just opening riff.
yep.
It set the tone. It got you hyped. And you know what? I don't find any bad songs on this album at all. At all.
Zero bad songs. Zero.
Zero.
Um, Opening riff was Billy Corgan. He brought it to them, and Courtney absolutely hated it.
I love it.
Yeah. Said it was dumb and nobody was going to like it, and he said, "No, I'm telling you, it is going to be, huge." And she admits it now. It was huge.
It was.
This is their biggest selling album, really.
Yeah.
Um, Great riff. I love the riff. Um, and then the lyrics, like given that riff and then saying, "Okay, go write these lyrics." I mean, what she did with it was awesome.
It also felt like she was coming out of her cocoon in a
Mm-hmm.
way. Like I don't know. I liked the Larry Flint movie
Yes.
and her Ophelia. She did such a good job. It was nuts. Like she really is a good actress.
Mm-hmm.
So Celebrity Skin, I project to her acting career as well. Like she put in like, like all right, this is the direction I'm going and this is how I'm feeling. So it felt like a cocoon song. Like she was just coming out of, okay, I'm out of my grunge area. Let me go into my glamorous area.
Yes. Yeah, this is her glamorous song. I tell
Yeah.
you, I wait when I wake up in my makeup. It's too early for that dress.
Like she still had that grunge in there.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh God, I gotta put on this dress and I gotta wear this makeup. But you know what? Like it just the descriptions, the way the song is, you really get the point of like she knew she had to do it, but she kind of didn't want to do it.
Yep. Oh yeah. No second billing because you're a star now. Oh Cinderella, they aren't sluts like you.
Mm.
Oh my god, it's such a good. I mean, drums, bass, everything just rocks. This is a rock song.
Yes,
God.
I have to say it's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Just
mine too. I'm so sad that because of copyright you can't play any of it because I would just
yeah.
be playing this riff at this time. Awful. Um,
Mm,
what I love about this song, it's written by all four members whole.
yeah. It again, no complaints.
Yeah.
I just like the storytelling. Every song had a story.
Hmm.
It wasn't just like, hey, let me just throw this on a wall and see what I can do with it. It was just story, and I
Yeah.
loved it.
Highlight of this song for me is just shut up, you're only 16.
Yeah. Just shut up, you're only 16.
And as a 50-year-old, I can totally understand that.
Yeah. Listen, sit down, buddy. I've been through some stuff.
Absolutely. Now, when I was 16, did I think I knew the world? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know what I'm doing. It's okay. I got this. And then, you had to walk it back and go, mom, dad?
I didn't know everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really I like the lyrics. There's really some good. It's a fun song. It goes quick. Um, it, it's like it's just so there's no dull moment in it.
No.
Yeah. Uh,
And I like that all four came together.
yes.
Like where do you have a band that all four comes together for a song?
Very rarely.
Very rare.
Yeah.
So to have a good song and to have it catchy, and I mean, I could sing every song on this album.
Hmm.
So it's like to have four members write a song that you all, you can sing it, you're like, you know what I mean? Like, and they never had their stuff together. They would always fight.
Yes.
But to have that come together moment to have a song, it was impressive.
Hmm.
Definitely impressive.
Yeah. I really I give them a lot of credit for a band that really couldn't get their shit together. They got it together and wrote a good song.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what's up next. Hit So Hard.
Mm.
Oddly enough, one of my favorite songs off the album.
Like the song.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean,
Again,
granted,
love it.
it's a Eric, Billy and Love song, Courtney. It's so this is a heavily influenced on Billy Corgan. I definitely could tell by the guitar. It's definitely something which was crazy because this was recorded in 97, 98 when Billy was doing an electronic acoustic album, which was Adore.
I
And
remember that.
I often wondered if the electric, guitar stuff that he brought to this album was stuff that he may have wanted to use for Adore, but it wasn't fitting his album. Like,
Mm.
the Celebrity Skin riff. Like, was he trying for that for his album and said, "Well, that's not the album I'm making. Here, you take it." What?
Yeah, he always seems like a very especially with Courtney, there's like a soft spot there. So
Yeah.
every time, like, it always feels like he always took care of her. Even when she was with Kurt, it always felt like he was taking care of her. So when coming into this album, it felt like, hey, let me get you out there. Let me make you shine.
Yes. And you're so correct on that, because when I saw the Pumpkins in 1994 in Lollapalooza, and this was after a couple months after Kurt died, they were headlining it. They brought Courtney on tour, and I don't know how it went. Sometimes they say it was in a break of the set, but for me, before their set started, she came out. They allowed her to come out and play 2 songs. She played
Mm.
Miss World and Doll Parts, and Billy, talks about that, saying like how the band had no issue with that. They felt like, Kurt's um, death was making her look like the Yoko Ono of the 90s, and he didn't want that for her. She had worked so
Yeah.
hard. So, yeah, you're 100% right.
Mm.
And, Hit So Hard was a great song. I love the lyrics. I love the way that she sings it. The melodies are so good,
Yeah. I
and
think we're the Courtney lovers.
yeah. And then there's that breakdown in the song near the end where she's like, I, and it's kind of like at the like near the end, and it's kind of hidden with the guitar, but in the end, in the last part of it, you can just hear her scream it, and it's like, yes.
Get that in there, girl.
Yeah. Which would be like the first scream of the album.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah. So definitely one a great song. Malibu, another
Malibu.
love, Courtney, Eric, and Corgan song.
I feel like Malibu, I don't know. Like, I feel like that's where she found her peace.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, she was so angry and so like she just Kurt died, and she got more angry.
Mhm.
and and I felt this album was a I found my peace. I found my place, because she was always. I felt bad for her all the time, because it was always like, oh well, it's Kurt, it's Kurt, it's Kurt, it's Kurt,
Mhm.
and it's like she goes to do acting, and it's like, no, Courtney is just as talented. You just not giving her a chance just because she was a mess, but
Mhm.
you got to give the woman a chance. And then I felt Malibu was like, she moved to Malibu and found peace.
Mhm.
And it just
Yeah.
that's what the song makes me feel like. Her peace.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is one of the greatest pop songs I think she wrote, and Billy too. I mean, it's got such good music. It's got such good lyrics. It's fun to sing, and I mean, just great breakdowns. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is just phenomenal. And I would imagine this was probably the biggest hit off the album.
I don't know. I still feel like severed the celebrity skin.
Yeah, yeah, I just remember how this dominated MTV and radio airplay. It was always constantly on.
I think it's still on. I catch it every once in a while.
Oh, really? That's good.
Yeah, I catch it every once in a while, and I'm just like, whoa, wait a second.
I saw Billy Corgan a few years ago. Well, I saw him. Yeah, so I saw him a few years, like probably like 2017,
Mm.
and he was doing a tour called Plain Song, where he was like an obscure set list, and he toured at the time with Katie Cole, an Australian sister. I'm a sister singer, and this song was on the set list, and Katie was
Wow.
playing it, and Billy was playing it because he started to like this tour. He played a few songs that he wrote, but never, wasn't a singer. So
Yeah.
that was cool. And then fast forward to 2018, 19, Smashing Pumpkins played I think a 30-year concert or something, or a 25-year concert, whatever it was, at the PNC Bank in New Jersey. And they were on a major tour, but they added this one show in at the PNC Bank and said, this is going to be a different set list from the rest of the show. So I went to it because I already had seen the show like 3 times. They brought out Courtney Love, and she sang this song and Celebrity Skins with Smashing Pumpkins playing it.
Wow.
And it
See, I
was
never
so,
got to see her, so it's like, I get upset about it because that's the one she was on my bucket list of who to see.
yeah. I think from what I hear, she's going to tour soon, so you might have a
I might
shot.
just have to go. I might
I,
have to go.
I might have to fly up and go with you.
Oh, we'd have a roving podcast.
Yeah. So yeah, so this great song, and I love it. And
Yeah,
something
it definitely is
good.
good.
Reason to Be Beautiful, another great
Mm.
song. Written by Love, Eric and Melissa. And I believe if I am right, I can't remember the girl's name, but it was written by one of the girls from the Go-Go's. I think
Oh,
co-writer.
the black-haired one. She was always a writer.
Yes.
I forget her name.
Jane Wielder, Jane Wielder. I
The
think it was.
drummer. That
Oh, no,
was
no, no. Gina. Gina's the drummer. Jane was the guitar player. She was on God, what was that show called? The Surreal Life. She was on that with Adrian Curry and
yes.
what
We
a
were
great
obsessed with that show, if you remember.
yes, what a great show. I love the song. I like the title, Reason to Be Beautiful. I mean, I think Courtney struggled with that for a long time
Yeah.
because she could have been parts of her life she could have been beautiful, but she chose not to be.
Yeah. But it wouldn't have fit the grunge scene either.
No.
It really wouldn't have. I don't know. Grunge is always not pretty. I don't think I couldn't probably name a pretty grunge singer who like did the full glam and like it just. Would you go see a grunge singer who was like all prettied up? No.
To a point, which again was on a low key, PJ Harvey. She would
Okay.
she wouldn't go trashy, but she sung it like she was like trash. Like I loved her and her voice. And I know that she was very liked by Kurt and Courtney. Yeah, that's an album right there. I don't know if you're very familiar with PJ Harvey.
I'm not very familiar, but if you need to call in a power play, I'll go listen to it and you tell me what I need to do.
Yeah, I think it's worth deep diving her first album because I think you'll be very surprised what you missed because it's right there with Live Through This in that time frame.
Okay.
Really good album. We'll have to work on that.
All right.
Very interesting here. First line, Love hangs herself. I mean, Love hates you. I mean, is she talking about love or is she talking about herself?
I feel like she was talking about Kurt.
Yeah.
They were so obsessed with each other.
Mm.
And it's like, I, you know, I know that Billy's like one of her first loves.
Yeah.
But Kurt was like the two of them were different. Like out of all couples in rock history, I felt like the two of them had like this weird symbiotic thing.
Yeah.
And like I think once he died, she just was like, love is not in the cards for me.
Yeah.
So like this song kind of like reflects that, so to speak, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, and you're right, because here it is, 2026. She's still never remarried.
Yeah.
Though it's been noted that she was close to marrying Edward Norton.
Yes.
So crazy.
Right?
But
Where'd that come from?
yeah, that's so weird. But I know she's dated and she's had boyfriends, but I don't think she's ever replaced the love that like she had for Kurt.
No. I
Yeah,
just and everything, I feel like everything she writes, like the heartbreaking stuff, is driven to him.
yeah. Especially this album because this is the album where she wrote after his death because Lifter This was completed by the time he died. You
Mm,
know, it was done.
yeah.
It was released. I mean, he even sang backup on it on a couple
Yeah.
of songs, not all of it. But this is a great song. If someone
Yeah.
doesn't know the whole album, just go to this song.
Mm,
Nice breakdown
yeah.
at the end where she says, "Hey, you were right. Named a star for your eyes." Like that part of the song, it's just like you said, a lot of emotion, and it just makes you feel.
Yeah.
Dying.
Ah.
Now, this song. So the one thing that bothers me with this song, and I
Hmm.
have to tie in "Boys on the Radio." Okay, these two songs, "Dying" and "Boys on the Radio." They were once a song called "Sugar Coma." They were together.
Hmm.
The chorus of Coma was the Dying's chorus, and "Boys on the Radio," the verses for "Sugar Coma." And to hear it, "Sugar Coma" is easy. Just go on YouTube, and it was the last song played on the whole MTV Unplugged. And at that
Mm.
time, it was a new song, and it was probably the first song that she wrote after Kurt's death. And she dedicates it to, I think, Kurt and Michael Stipes. I guess was probably help. "Sugar Coma" when she played it on MTV Unplugged, I literally was like, oh my God, she just written like the next big hit for her next album. It was so good. And then you come to this album and you can see because Dying is now credited to Corgan and Love and Eric and Love and Eric and Melissa Aftermeyer for "Boys on the Radio." So somewhere along the way somebody told them to split the songs.
Mm. Yeah.
I love "Dying." I think it's a great song, but every time I play "Dying" and I play "Boys on the Radio," I just think of "Sugar Coma." How much I thought that how those parts together were just amazing.
Yeah, you gotta kind of like, again, it's like somebody thought a different thought, and as a fan, you're like, I want to see that.
Hmm.
Make it happen. But we've got Dying. So
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
again, with her and her writing, like you feel her heartbreak. Like
uh-huh.
I am empathetic to her,
Yeah,
and the stuff she does. I hate to say it, when she's in heartbreak, some of her best stuff comes out.
yeah. I mean, I love her. I love his "Quicksand." So easy to drown. I mean, and that's what that was.
Yeah.
I mean, great song. I mean, I love it. I still get hung up on that "Sugar Coma" thing, but I can do it
Yeah.
all these years later. But if anybody wants to know, just go Google, go on YouTube, "Sugar Coma," MTV Unplugged. It was the last song. Great, great song. "Dying" again is a great song. I actually have the demo version of this, which has all completely different lyrics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's done really just with a drum machine and a guitar.
What you get done with the bare minimums.
It almost sounds like Billy when they split the song. He probably did the guitar riff and the drum thing and said, "Here, go put lyrics behind it and a melody," you know?
Yeah.
Let's do it. And, both versions are good too. Um, I think this one's better, but that's another one you can YouTube, "Dying Demo" and play that. It was released on one of the it was on it was released on the Celebrity Skin single as song number 3.
Okay. I'll have to give it a go.
Yeah. Use Once and Destroy, which is again, another, Courtney, Eric, Melissa, and Patty song.
Love it when they get together and make it happen.
And Courtney, has been noted to say this is a Melissa song. So I don't know if it's because of Melissa's hard bass in it, which is like the dominant, like her bass is probably more dominant in the song than the guitar is,
Mm,
which is great. I mean, she's one of the best bass players of the 90s. And but again, this, the whole sound of it, and it's nice, heavy, really kind of just like makes you like bring back that destructive energy type of song.
it's the dark and the light.
Yeah. I would say I went down to rescue you. I went all the way down. Um, Fill your hunger, wretch life. Here they come. It's coming. It's closing time. I like that. I mean, God, what a great, just good, good lyric.
Songwriting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, the kind of sound of it, you kind of say to yourself, like, what the album would have been like if the band just wrote it.
Yeah. But again, like, would it be as good?
I don't know.
That's the thing. Like, this album is one of those, like, if they wrote it themselves and did their own stuff, like the normal way they used to do things.
Uh-huh.
Like, I like when it's clean.
Yeah.
I like the raw. I do like the raw of whole when they first started and everything else. But there was something about the cleanness of this album that made me love them even more.
Yeah.
So it's like, do I want to try to even imagine it? No, because I don't want to ruin my magic of this album.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy too because realistically, there was like almost like no whole album where the same people were on it.
Yeah.
You know? So you kind of say to yourself, like, who is Hole? Realistically, I will always look at Hole as Patty, Melissa, Eric, and Courtney. But I know there's a lot of other members that did, go into it.
Yeah.
Northern Star, a song written by Courtney and Eric. Eric wrote the chords and played the guitar, and Courtney wrote the lyrics. I can't believe how much lyrics there are to this song.
Must
And
have meant something.
yeah, I've seen her perform this live, and I mean, awesome. I love this song. It's so different from everything they ever did because it was just acoustic with some strings, I believe.
Yeah.
And I knew you got some screaming in this one too.
Yeah. But melodic. It's not
Yeah.
it's not raw guttural.
Mhm.
It's like it was like again, like I've been saying, it just felt like she was coming out of a cocoon.
Yeah.
Let me try a different, like, evolving, so to speak. Like, I had been going down this road, staying on this road, now I've lost Kurt. Do I stay down this road or do I evolve?
Yeah. And this is an involvement. I mean, I was excited because this, I know how easy a song like this can be cut from an
Yeah.
album. Like, I am glad it made it.
Yes, I do like it.
Yeah. It's another one that's fun to sing. And like I said, I've sung it 100 times in my car. and never realized how much lyrics are in it.
Because you're driving.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that's crazy. Boys on the Radio, as we were previously
God.
talking about. Um, this the first, do what you want because I'll do anything. I'll take the blame. The actual sugar comb was when the song started. It said, "Do what you want because I'll take the blame." I'm dying from dying, and then it would go into another verse, and then it would and Sugar Coma's chorus was what was it? Like you never go away. Um, let's just see. What's mine is yours? Yeah, that was on there too. And I know let's see. We never ever. Yeah. I wait alone for what? Let's see. Where is that on here? Dying. I know what you know. Core. I mean, oh yeah. I know when you're coming back, come back again. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you got to listen to the three songs together, and you're going to really
Mm,
see where they're using them all. Um,
I'm definitely gonna have to.
I like this song. Again, this is not Patty, but Eric, Melissa, and Eric as a band.
Mm.
You know,
Also,
and
too, I think it also was like a play on words too.
yeah,
She really was a trailblazer, and I felt like out of all punk grunge bands, she dominated.
hmm
You know, it just felt like when that song was just like it made me think of, okay, we're seeing it, it's here, and let me show you what I got.
yeah. And you know what's interesting on this song is I don't know if you caught it yet in the Billy Corgan interview. She talked about how much she loved REM, but REM cost money because back in the early days of REM, they weren't on the radio, so you had to go buy their singles. And that how much she loved Cheap Trick because no matter what, she could turn on a radio and there would be Cheap Trick and have it.
Mm.
And I, after hearing that interview, and I think about this song, "Boys on the Radio," like, is this her, tribute, one of her tributes to Cheap Trick?
Mm, probably.
Yeah, I which I love, because she said, went on about how being a big Cheap Trick fan she was, and I mean, I think everybody was at one point. I was when I was a kid. Surrender, I mean, that came out. I mean, I know I was young as could be, but man, I would sit in my room and mommy's all right, daddy's. I
I
would,
remember that.
yes,
makes me
you know,
think of that 70s show.
yeah. And then of course, "Heaven Tonight," which I have already heard her say was her Cheap Trick song, which again is a song that Cheap Trick actually had the same title as "Heaven Tonight" off of the um, album with Surrender on it. Matter of fact, I think it is called "Heaven Tonight" that album. Right? Am I
Isn't
correct?
this isn't this also too about Frances Bean?
It might be.
I think I think this is her tribute to Frances Bean.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's now that I'm looking at it, like, yeah, that's "Here Comes the Sun in the Form of a Girl." Yeah, she's the finest, sweetest thing in the world. I could
Yep.
see that.
Yeah,
I,
I'm pretty sure because Frances Bean, she, yeah, if you look at her, she looks exactly like Kurt.
oh, yes, yes,
and
Barbie, everything.
but when I listen to this song, it feels like this is to her daughter.
Yeah, and I totally know that she loved her daughter. I mean, you got to remember, she's not the person that would be. She didn't have typical growing up and love, so nobody should ever hold her to the classic, definition of a mother. But she loved that child the best way she could.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And they did their best. Again, when you're in that addiction, You
Mhm.
know, it's sad and everything else, but you're in that addiction. It's just
Addiction, famous, rock star. I mean, God, the pressure.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then just and especially him being so introverted.
Mhm.
She was like out. He
Yes.
was more withdrawn. So like it just, it just makes me think. Like it's sad, it's what he could have been now if we had him, and they'd probably still be together.
Yeah. If not, if they weren't, I still think they'd be very good with each other, though.
Yes.
Like I don't think
Yes.
they ever would have had a hate for each other.
Nah.
All right, playing your song. Yes, I would say 100% about Kurt Cobain.
Mhm.
You know,
Yes, I think she even said this is about him
okay,
because she had said um like after he died, all of a sudden, Kurt was the god,
yep,
but when he was on earth he was not. So I think this was her set, this was her rebelling song, like, hey, he was always a genius.
yeah,
That's just the way I look at it. I see when I listen to music or see things, I can see it three different ways.
uh-huh,
I kind of in my head think of a more deeper poetic sense, or the what you get to know about the person. I mean, we never know what the person is in real life.
yes,
So the songs are the only way you get to know that person in real life. Her songs are the only songs I feel like you know her or get a piece of her.
uh-huh,
And she doesn't make it feel like I don't want you to have that piece. It feels like she wants you to say, hey, this is what I was feeling at the time, or this is what direction I was going at the time. So this is where you can understand me. That's what I feel like.
yeah. I think she's not afraid to be vulnerable.
No, no, I don't think so at all.
I mean, let's see, let's say, where is it? Hey, you don't you dare blame me. You trusted everything. They sold you out. I mean that's so true. I mean, when he died, I mean they sold him out when he died. I mean, the MTV on TV Unplugged, and I mean it was crazy. It's crazy when someone dies that's a musician, how much their music is listened to and sold after they die.
Yeah,
You know,
because all of a sudden now you know. And didn't
like
he join the Club 25, right? Was he part of the
uh,
Club 25? Like all great musicians die at the age of 25 or something?
27.
Okay.
Yeah, Kristen, their bass player, died at 27. Kurt, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison.
Yeah,
They're all 27 club. Which I did see somebody that does like what is it, the cosmics, um gods and stuff, said like if you're born in a certain time period, like that can happen to you, type of thing.
okay.
It was really weird. I guess it's like a what do you call that stuff? Like
Astrology?
astrology. Yeah, there you go. Astrology. It was on the tip of my tongue and I couldn't say it. Yeah, yeah. It was like that type of thing. I don't. Again, the screaming comes back in this song.
Mm,
Love it. I love the guitar riff. I like the beginning guitar, which let's see, this was played. So this isn't it. So this is all Eric. This is where Eric, I think, definitely shines as a guitar player.
mm,
Eric's a
yeah.
really good guitar was a very good guitar player, and he got really snuffed because one they everybody credits Kurt Cobain for Live Through This, which he was all Eric, and you know people will credit Billy Corgan for this album, but Eric put a lot of time and effort into it.
Yeah.
All right, then we get to the final track, Petals, which again was by Courtney, Eric, and Billy. And so this was the one song for a while that I didn't relate to, but as of today, I relate to this song a lot. I really love it, and I think, like, if you look at the lyrics, like, maybe this was where the part of her where she was starting to take off the grunge and find out who she really was.
Yeah. And I also read she wrote the song after she was assaulted at a
Mm,
show.
wow. Yeah, she had a
Is
lot of those.
Yeah, so she was assaulted at a show and she fired off pedals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so now like you get a second thought of it.
Yeah. Yeah,
We're
this
both dropping knowledge to each other today.
yes, we are. This is a really good, we both did our homework on this one.
I know. Well, I once you told me, I was like, oh, I gotta listen. And I had recently had listened to it before you even said anything, and I'm just like, oh, I love this album. And then when you said something like, oh, I get to listen to it all week again. Yes.
It's so crazy doing these because, like, I'm in the process of recording one tomorrow night on an album that I never heard and knew nothing about, and really knew nothing about the band. So I had to
Wow.
like literally like play it like 6 times yesterday, 5 times the day before, played it probably 4 or 5 times today. But at the same time, trying to squeeze this in, but
Yeah.
I have to put the tension on this one as much as I did because this is something that never went from me. I always played this, you know?
Yeah, I still play it today and it still resonates with me. Again, it's just her pain. She's out there and
Mhm,
she just puts it out there and it makes you feel. And it's even like too like you can relate.
mhm,
You can relate.
yep,
And every time you listen to it, it's one of those albums like every point in your life you listen to it, you get a different meaning each time.
yep,
Even though you know the meaning of it behind that, or you know the story behind the song, it just feels like as you go on in life, as you listen to it and maturing in life, you're just like, okay, I get it. This is why she wrote that.
yeah,
I kind of feel like that, you know?
yeah,
So
so which, this yeah, I mean, that's again, I can relate to the song, you're right. I mean, what she says, and I don't know, I always was able to relate to her very easily.
mm,
I don't know why. Now, normally, with albums, I when we're doing this, I stick to just the album, but I can't help it on this one. Probably one of the best whole songs was cut from the album, and it's the song "Best Sunday Dress." I
and you turned me on to this
right?
because I had the CD. I didn't have the vinyl or anything. And somehow this escaped me.
Yes. So this is only on the CD single for Celebrity Skin.
Mm.
So when you bought the CD single, you got Celebrity Skin, Best Sunday Dress, and Dying demo.
Yeah, and I listen, I loved it. I liked it.
Yes, I
And
I think this is one of the best whole songs, and this song has such history that I know you didn't look. But I'll tell you. So number one, there's another version of this song on. It was played on MTV Unplugged,
okay.
and
I
it's
love the Unplug albums. Oh, I can't even just the guttural of Unplugged. It just I'm
yeah,
gonna have to watch this Unplugged.
yep. And when you watch it, the version on Unplugged has a lot less lyrics. So
Okay.
this song was transferred a little bit when they did the album. They changed it a lot. It was very simple, non-complex song with less lyrics on Unplugged. I will tell you that I am a huge fan of the Unplugged version. I thought this was too much in the sense of adding the extra lyrics. I
Hmm.
thought the way they did it on Unplugged was 100% perfect.
Perfect.
You know, I love, best Sunday dress. I put on my best dress Sunday dress and I walked straight into this mess of mine. I mean, that's such an awesome song. But there's more history to this song.
Go for it.
Pretty on the Inside, Starbelly, which is a mixture. It's like a music instrumental that starts off with a kind of cover version of Neil Young's Cinnamon Girl. And then they start playing like Rihanna on the radio from Fleetwood Mac. And then it ends with Best Sunday Dress. You'll hear her going, my best Sunday dress, walk straight into this mess of mine. And it fades out. And then it goes into Pretty on the Inside.
See, now you're just dropping knowledge.
Okay. And there's more.
But wait, there's more.
Yes. This song dates back to the mid-'80s and was used in one of Courtney's first bands, Pagan Babies, which had a different.
I saw the Pagan Babies thing. I was like, wait a second. What did I miss here? See, well, ever since you started this, I'm now like deeping.
Yes. Pagan Babies was an unsigned band in the mid-'80s that was with Courtney Love and I think it was the singer from Babes in Toyland.
Okay. All right.
They that was their band before they broke up, and she did Hole and she did Babes in Toyland. They had this song with lyrics were pretty much the same as the original one, and but different style of music to it. Which the one on Pretty on the Inside is the Pagan Babies version. It's just a little, snippet of it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. This song has such whole history and Courtney Love history, and I would bet you a lot of money that she would tell you this was the first song she ever wrote that she thought was a really good song, because she managed to hold on to it for so many years.
Yeah.
And, without a doubt, a song that should have been on the album that didn't make it.
Oh. Well, usually the best ones are always hidden, right?
Yeah. Tour. 1998 to 1999, UK, United States, Europe, Australia, biggest tour of their career, biggest venues, mainstream audience. They really focused on this album, but keeping some of the good live through the songs on there. Patty did not tour for the album. She dropped out just as the album was coming out. She did the album cover shoot and then left the band. Samantha Maloney just took over for drums. She's not really known for I don't really known for a band, but known to be, as the drummer for the whole tour. And she actually, when Tommy Lee left Motley Crue around, and then they did that album, New Tattoo, Samantha was the drummer of Motley Crue for that tour.
That had to be mind-blowing.
Yes. And I did see that at PNC Bank too. But I did get to see Hole on this tour. I actually took my little brother, who was a huge Hole fan. I took him to, I think it was the Bowery Ballroom in New York City, if I remember correctly, and we saw this show.
Wow.
And it was a great, great show. I was very lucky to say I saw them play the Live Through This tour, and I saw this, and then I saw her. She went and redid Hole in like 2012 with all new people. And it was a great album. It's called Nobody's Daughter. Great album. But
yeah, I have that CD downstairs. I haven't really it didn't catch with me that much. I mean, I like it. It just didn't catch with me. I guess maybe because I change genres all the time. I listen to everything and anything. I think I was in a different point of my list. I was in my Nine Inch Nails, and I started moving industrial and techno. So
yeah, it just came out at a really bad timing, I felt, because it's a great album. Again, written with Love's lyrics, Billy Corgan's music, and Linda Perry.
Oh, Four Non Blondes.
Yes, Linda Perry was the producer and co-songwriter. And matter of fact, I didn't even realize it because I love the song "Letter to God" on that, and
Hmm.
that actually was a Linda Perry song altogether. Love had nothing to do with it. So great. I have actually been listening to that album with this album side by side, and I've grown to really love "Nobody's Daughter." I didn't like you. I didn't like it as much in 2012, but 2026, I can't stop playing it.
I'll maybe have to go revisit it. I'll have
Yes,
to go give it another go.
yes, it's a good one. All right, so that sums up our deep dive. I knew this was going to be a long one because I knew we both loved this album.
Can't help it. We both love our court.
Yep. Oh my God. Well, thank you very much, Nicole.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. To everybody, thank you. Please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Leave a comment if you want to hear less of us or more of us, or what album we should do.
Are
Next.
you auditioning hosts?
Yes, I'm always. I love my co-host. I love all my co-hosts. I don't want to do all this.
Yeah, no, you know what? Your set of friends are excellent and great. And just all of us listen to so many different things. Like I can't wait to hear the other hosts.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it, is that everybody that I'm bringing along brings something different.
Yes.
Because you know the other hosts would never do a whole album because they hated that time period. Nothing about the band. They just weren't 90s.
Yeah.
But this is where you and I connect. And you did look like, we have to go back here. I don't know if you caught it. Thank you for this picture, because it's like it's gonna do my ratings. Look at that.
It's my husband for you.
That's gonna shoot this podcast to #1.
I'm surprised you didn't use the other Leia.
Oh, I figured your husband would kill me if I did that.
Yeah, he posted all the time.
I looked at this one and said, well, how much more rocking can you get in black?
I've had some times, man. I've had some times.
All right, Nicole. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Jay. Have a great day.